Hi, my name is Marina Scateni. Holistic to your personal practice is a way to accompany you to strengthen or create your own personal practice to fully live your life. In this episode 1, I'd like to share with you the importance of a daily personal practice. Having a past in professional swimming, I grew up with constant and continuous training. And although at that age it appeared quite hard, because it requested lots of discipline, it was also my refuge. When life around seemed difficult and too great a trial, and anxiety was approaching with great strides, I had my refuge in practice, in the rhythmic breathing every 3 strokes. And there, I found myself outside of anxiety, family problems, and difficulties that surrounded me. Even today, when I feel that too many situations are coming together and that I am moving away from the state of peace, I prefer to go swimming, and in the lightness of my body, I feel that my thoughts too lighten up. My breathing slows down and I listen to it underwater. Conscious breathing brings me home to who I really am. For me, swimming is a form of meditation, my favorite one. By connecting with my breath, I connect with the deepest part of myself, and I'm able to touch this way my true essence. I used to swim and practice once or twice a day. It was a constant, continuous training that helped me to become the person I am, giving me lots of resilience, resistance, and lots of inner strength. My body was becoming stronger, but also my mind. At some point at that time, I arrived to the status that when I was not swimming and not training constantly, I would feel down. I could get a little bit depressed. At some point, I thought that even sport can be addictive. At the same time, now I realize how much this kind of practice could really help me to keep me balanced and calm and in peace. Physical training strengthens not only my body but also my mind. It cultivates my resilience and resistance and makes me stronger. For this reason, as an adult, I understand personal practice to be an integrated practice of body work and mental work. Actually, at that age, that was my personal practice. And it was really realigning me a lot, because that vibration created by the sound of the breath, that you can hear it very strong when you swim, it was calming down my thoughts and balance myself, getting me back to my inner island, to my refuge. And nowadays, it's still my favorite practice. It's my favorite meditation. Yes, at that time, that was my meditation. And now, still, I really found relief in water when I swim. Actually, physical training strengthens not only the body, but also the mind. For this reason, as an adult, I understand that personal practice is an integration of body work and mental work. Nowadays, I try to dedicate 2 hours a day in the morning to my personal practice. With meditation and yoga, the intensity of the yoga really depends on the time of the year and the phase of the life I am in. At the moment, for example, is summertime. We are in a young phase of the year, so there is much more energy, and so it's I feel that my body needs more movement to strengthen the core, the muscles, and the heart. So I do prefer a power yoga at this moment of the year. I also add to my personal practice in the morning some eye exercise and some pranayama to realign and balance the nervous system. I am of the idea that if I dedicate a significant part of my day to practice, everything is structured around it. I explore and train my solidity, and everything around it takes on a form that allows me to live it fully, without falsehood. It allows me to be whole, coherent in my thoughts, words, and actions. And it allows me to return more easily to the state of peace or grace, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, but because within a single day, I do realize that I do not count the times I move away from it, and that observing myself, I happily return to it. The training is constant. And personal practice then becomes a hub, with all tools at hand to face life in the best possible way, without expectations. Recently, a dear friend, an angel I would say, who appeared on my path and is nowadays accompanying my spiritual process, sent me this message. He was saying, let whatever comes, come. Let whatever goes, go. And what is now, is now. Easier than that, you die. That's an expression we use in Italy. And yet, no attachment and no resistance are practices that cost us infinitely. But the more we build our stability, the easier it will be not to fall into these two traps that do nothing but lead us to suffer. So let whatever comes, come. No resistance. Let whatever goes, go. Meditation. As Pablo Dor says, it is not difficult to meditate. It is more difficult to want to meditate. It seems like we are sitting there quietly and wasting time, but it is essential to stop and observe ourselves with the help of breathing. This is a continuous search of who we are and finding ourselves in that calm, in that feeling of peace. We breathe, we connect with the breath and observe the sensations in the body. Then we continue with our full scanner, observing our emotions. How do we feel? What is the emotion that is taking over? We try to understand why. We trigger a deep compassion for ourselves. If thoughts carry us away, we observe them and then return to our breath, our anchor to our most intimate part, to the peace that we are. And we do not get frustrated by how many times we have moved away from the breath and the present moment, but we will rejoice in the times we have returned to the breath. And so, practice after practice, sitting after sitting, it will always be easier to return home, to our inner island, to peace. The ideal, as explained by Zen Buddhist master Thich Nhat Hanh, is to also take breaks during the day, pausing, to feel ourselves, observe ourselves, and avoid moving too far away from that state of grace. Because during the day there are 100 opportunities to distract ourselves, to make us continue the day as machines, automatons, to make us live asleep. And so we don't really live, not fully at least. Not being in the present, we are not able to be open to the opportunities that arise. We resist, and at the same time, we are not ready to let go without suffering. Now, talking about physical practice, the physical practice strengthens the core and strengthens you, but not only physically, also mentally. Mens sana in corpore sano is a wise Latin saying, because the physical exercise reaches also a mental status, or allow a mental status of calm and balance, and creates resistance, resilience, and good mood. It is scientifically proven. In the summer, I like to practice power yoga, vinyasa, ashtanga, hatha with strength postures, because as I said, the energy in this season is young and needs to express itself. So we work the core, the heart, the balance and strength are the most suitable at this time that we are in summer. But it also really depends, as I was saying, about the phase in the life you are. So we must listen to it, also to the phase of life we are going through, and train accordingly. Thus, personal practice becomes a charging basin for the whole day. It is like watering the conditions of happiness in our life, so that when challenges appear, we are able to embrace them and not resist to them or collapse into sufferance. Suffering is always there, but our attitude will change depending on how solid we are, how much solidity we are building up with the daily practice. We will be more capable to see when we are coming out of the peaceful status. The seeds of sufferance are always there, but such as the seeds of joy, deep comprehension, and compassion. So it is really a matter of watering more the joyful ones with joyful moments and breathing into these joyful moments. Master Thich Nhat Hanh always invites us to breathe consciously 3 times in every joyful situation we live during the day. To get into a daily personal practice requires an effort at the beginning, yes. But then it will become an habit and you will see the benefits out of it on your physical mental status, and that will motivate you to continue and go deeper. A daily personal practice predisposes us to an attentive and present attitude, free and open to everything that life will unfold before us. We are able this way to be more compassionate towards ourselves and the others, and we improve our relationships as well as our work performance. Life becomes worth living and we can fully enjoy it. I hope this episode will inspire you to live your life in plenitude.